How did Anthony Edwards go from this to an NBA superstar? Well, the answer is simple. Hard work. In today's video we will go over 5 drills that helped turn him into an elite two-way star. Coming into the NBA, Edwards wasn't known as a defensive player, but over the years he has developed into one of the better perimeter defenders in the NBA, and it wasn't by accident. Edwards and the Timberwolves coaching staff really made an emphasis on training his defense. But it was also Edwards' personal training as well. Here he's working on his lateral quickness with these change of direction drills. What makes this so effective for defense is his stance. Most players do agility work in non-basketball movements, but Edwards stays in an athletic defensive stance the entire drill. Usually the number one reason why players train their lateral quickness is for defense, so it makes total sense to do agility work in a defensive stance. I can't tell from this clip, but it appears that some of his agility work is reactionary, which is the correct way to do agility training. Being able to guard your man depends on your reactionary skills, so incorporating reactionary agility work is crucial for increasing overall quickness. Another thing that helped Edwards' defensive ability is learning defensive fundamentals. Like I mentioned earlier, the Timberwolves made his development on the defensive end a priority, and it all started with understanding the importance of basic defensive fundamentals. Examples of defensive fundamentals are learning how to deny a pass-off ball, how to front the post, how to defend a drive without fouling, and how to stunt and recover. Those are just a few of the many defensive fundamentals. Learning about those things and then applying it in practice and pick-up games is an excellent way to become an elite all-around defender. One common action that Edwards practices a lot is the chase action, which is when you pass it to a player before immediately going back to get the basketball. It's a popular action used for most star players because of the many advantages it creates. It's basically a variation of the pick and roll, but the reason this specific action benefits him is because once he passes it and the defender relaxes, he can quickly get the basketball and get downhill, which is his best skill. And even if the downhill drive isn't available, he has developed the ability to run the pick and roll with the center or just simply flip the screen and attempt to get downhill again. A lot of young players neglect working on actions that they will use in a game. If you want to increase playing time, become efficient within the actions your coaches commonly run. Anthony Edwards is an NBA star, so he has the opportunity to play isolation basketball whenever he wants. And when doing that, you have to be able to create your own shot on all 3 levels, which is why in every workout you see him doing just that. Here he is working on different variations of the same move, which is an excellent way to train your scoring. Notice how he's incrementally changing things like how long he floats the ball and how many steps he does in between. These small changes help him become unpredictable, which is why he's able to get his shot off over any and everyone. When building up your off-the-dribble moves, you shouldn't be learning 5 different moves at a time. Just find one move and add your own variations to it like Edwards does. The best scorers in the world all use 1 or 2 moves, but within those 1 or 2 moves are counters and different variations of the moves.
All praise to Javar, man. Strength coach, he's with me all summer. He kept me lean, but I gained muscle also. So, it was all him, his plan. Attacking the rim, it makes my 3-ball a lot easier. It makes everything a lot easier. Defense, people can't just bully me no more. So, it makes me feel a lot better.
You just heard it from Anthony Edwards himself. He credits a lot of his success to strength training. And when looking at him, it's obvious he spends a lot of time in the weight room. While he is taking a lot of threes this season, he still lives in the paint while also playing an aggressive style of pressure defense, which both requires a lot of physical strength. One exercise he does is single-arm dumbbell snatches. This exercise trains lower body explosiveness and overall stability. He also does other lower body exercises like kettlebell front squats with resistance bands, and he uses the leg press machine. For his upper body, he does dumbbell presses on a bench. This builds up his chest and shoulder muscles. Dumbbell chest presses is a very popular exercise among elite downhill scorers. Michael Jordan could always be seen some variation of a dumbbell press. Anthony Edwards is shooting over 42% on catch-and-shoot threes this season, and some of that can be credited to spot shooting. Whether it's before a game or after a game, he can always be seen working on spot shooting. Many may look at this and say he's not going game speed, but intent is everything. He's focusing on his form and mechanics first. It also builds up confidence as well. For elite downhill scorers like Edwards, developing an elite catch-and-shoot jumper from 3 is crucial to becoming an unstoppable offensive weapon. When a downhill scorer can knock down threes consistently off the catch, it forces defenders to guard them tightly on the perimeter, reducing their ability to sag off and clog driving lanes. This added threat creates more space for the scorer to attack off the dribble, making it easier to get to the rim or draw fouls. Additionally, an elite catch-and-shoot jumper allows the player to stay effective when playing off the ball, keeping defenders engaged and making it harder for the defense to collapse or focus solely on stopping their drives.